This video is sponsored by Cricut.
It is time for a big refresh. Hi everyone, I'm Alli and welcome into the Entryway. This is a space that we gave a makeover to about a year ago. And it is about time to give it a little bit of a refresh. As I've been working on the kitchen makeover, which is coming out really soon, I started noticing how this space was just looking so bland and boring. I want to know how you guys let me get away with making this space look so beige. I didn't get a single comment pointing out just how boring I made this entryway look, so it is time to bring in some color, a little bit more personality, and I am so excited. And I decided to add on a little extra challenge for this video and don't want to really buy anything new. So my goal is to only add in things that I've DIY'd, thrifted, or already had in the apartment to restyle this space. So let's get started.
I thought it would be a good idea to give you a quick recap of what we've done in this entryway so far. So here's what it looked like to begin with. There really wasn't an entryway here in this apartment, so I decided that I needed to add one. The first thing I did was create a faux board and batten look using some boards and some command strips, and I painted them to match the color of the walls. To add some much needed storage, I took an IKEA shoe cabinet, I added some trim details, and I painted the entire thing to give it a total upgrade, and I installed that in the space. I then added in a few basic decor items like this rug, a lamp, and some other finishing touches. So that is what I ended up with at the end of that makeover, but now it really is time for a little bit of a refresh. The bones of this space have worked really well, like the shoe cabinet, and I love the board and batten look so far, but I do think there are some ways that we can enhance this and bring in a little bit more personality.
So the first thing I definitely want to address in the room is this mirror, something that I got a ton of comments about on the original entryway video, how I hung the mirror too low. And I'll be honest, I definitely noticed that the mirror was too low after I hung it up. It was one of the first comments I made after I had put it up on the wall. But because it has giant anchor holes now behind here, I was like too afraid to move it and put more giant holes in the wall. Then I found something that I think is a game changer for renters if this works. All right, I have it right here. It is called the 3M Claw, okay? I saw a video on this, and these little hooks right here can support 25 pounds for one clip, and they have other different weights too that these will support. And it looks like this could be the way to hang this mirror up on the wall with minimal damage, which is perfect for renters because it really just puts holes about the size of a nail hole, which is crazy if that can support the weight of the mirror. So I'm going to be the guinea pig and put these to the test. So we're going to get this mirror down first. And there are the original screws and anchors. So I'll be very honest with you, I don't feel like dealing with these anchors and screw holes at the moment. I feel like I'm just gonna leave this for something to deal with at move out time because the mirror is going to hide them and I just don't feel like spackling today. So later me will probably be mad at me right now. I did go online and double check. The mirror is only 15 pounds and this can hold 25, and I think I plan on using 2 to like double support the weight. So we're just gonna see what happens here. So, ready? What you do is line it up with the dots, and I can't do maybe I'm not strong enough. I bet you could do it.
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah.
Right.
You might have firmer thumbs than me. So that took a little bit more strength than anticipated. The video I watched made it look really easy, but maybe I just have really weak thumbs. Who knows? But Alex helped me. We got them in the wall. These are in there. I think next time I need to work a little bit better on measuring where I mark them. But you know what? This is a round mirror, so it'll be fine. And now here's the moment of truth. Let's see if this will hold. Okay. Okay. Did like one side come out? Are they both in? They're both in. So here is the tape measure test to see if we got it in the right spot. Well, it looks like the midpoint is right around 58.5 inches, which the rule of thumb is 57 to 60 inches from the floor. So I think we got it. Woo. Next area I want to address is the first DIY for the space, and that is the area rug. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to use a cream or like white rug for an entryway. That doesn't make any sense. That's such a high traffic area. It looked great in the reveal footage, but in practical use, it was not the best. So I got a new rug and I want to show you how we're going to transform it. And this is such a fun little project, especially if you are a renter and you want to add something a little bit more customized and personalized to your space. So let's head into the craft room.
This is the rug that I'm working with. It's a 2x3 accent rug. It looks just like jute, but really it's just your typical woven rug type material. And I am really excited to take on this project because I am using a Cricut vinyl I have not used before, which is the Stencil Vinyl, because I knew it would be the perfect choice for this project. I really wanted to create an extra special project for my entryway since it has been so boring and basic, and this is the perfect DIY to do it. I'm inspired by this rug right here, and I was so happy to find a very similar flower design on Cricut Design Space, which is the design that I chose to make my stencils. Whenever I'm taking on a room makeover in my apartment, I love to think of ways that I can bring in DIY projects. I think DIYing, crafting, and creating things is such a meaningful way to bring in your own personality into a space. It allows you to have a little extra fun, to be able to say that you made something with your own hands. And what I love so much about this being a rug for the entryway is that it's going to be one of the first things that people see when they come in and visit the apartment, so it really just has that special meaning to me that I'm able to put something that I painted with my own hands and have that on display right at the front door. I think as a renter, it's just so worth it to me to put a little bit of some time, money, and effort into the home decor that is in my space, because it's truly what brings me joy, makes me feel like I'm not living in a standard, boring apartment, but rather I'm transforming it into a home, somewhere that I'm so excited to be at and spend some time in at the end of the day. And I just know that I wouldn't be able to have that feeling without DIY projects like these. And to be honest, the color palette that I picked for this rug ends up being the color palette that I'm going to continue throughout this entire makeover, because it truly gave me that much inspiration. And even going into it, I didn't have a full plan of what colors of paint that I was going to use, but I kind of just let the creativity flow, and this is what I came up with. And I really love that it's similar to that inspiration photo, but I was able to make it my own and so personalized. And this Cricut stencil worked so great in order to achieve this. I can't believe that I was able to make all these little flowers and they all turned out so cute and so perfect. I'll be sure to link all of the Cricut products and materials that I mentioned in the description box below. And then after the paint had dried, I gave the rug a coat of a good rug protector. That way I could make sure that this design lasts for a long time, especially since I'm placing it in a high wear and tear area.
I am already loving the new rug and how much of a difference it makes this room feel. Also just knowing that it was something that I handmade and customized for the space. Now I want to do another DIY project and I want to make a wreath. I have a wreath hook right here that has had nothing on it since probably Christmas last year. And I don't know if this is weird or not, but I love hanging a wreath up where I can see it on the inside. I don't know, I know typically a wreath will go on the outside of a door, but I think it's maybe because there's no window on the door where you can't see out. It's kind of nice to put some sort of greenery right here to kind of give that outdoorsy illusion maybe. I don't know what it is, but also I just like it because I like to be able to see it. So let's go do one more DIY project.
I thrifted this wreath for $3, and it definitely was in need of a little bit of a makeover. The leaves that were already on here were faded, some of them were breaking off, and a ton were missing. So I started by removing all of the pieces that just needed to go, the ones that just weren't looking so great and weren't helping this wreath, and to make room to add in some new florals. To replace all of that greenery that I pulled out, I then went in with a very similar eucalyptus faux stems to fill it in a little bit more. Since I decided to keep some of the faded leaves in place, they have this really nice teal look, and I was honestly loving it for the pop of color. It's a little unconventional, but it honestly looked really nice. And since we are heading into the fall season, for this wreath in particular, I wanted to add just a touch of orange. I was actually inspired by this wreath from McGee & Co. through this little subscription wreath service, I guess, that they're offering. But you know what? I wanted to make this wreath for myself, so I loved just a little bit of the orange put in there where it wasn't just like a totally fall wreath, but it had a bit of a fall vibe. The pop of color just really looked nice. And just like that inspiration wreath, I added in a little bit of these burgundy flowers as well. And I'm definitely happy that I was able to save this thrift store wreath and give it a second chance.
So one thing that I've been loving about this space is having a lamp right here, but it's way too bland. It blends in with the wall and the shoe cabinet, which I love. But one thing I did was I fed the cord behind the shoe cabinet so that it would be out of the way because the outlet is behind here. So I have to remove the shoe cabinet in order to swap out this lamp. Maybe pull up here. There we go. Yay. I do this? At least do this, get this going. See here, I was pulling these off the wall. If you remember, a while ago, I made this little lamp. It was a thrift flip, and I'm really excited. This is gonna be so cute in the entryway. It just has that entryway charm to it with this pleated shade, and I think it's gonna look way better than what was originally here. can't believe how just making a few decor swaps and some DIYs really transformed this entryway. I love having some color in this space. It made all of the difference. And this little bit of color that I added here is some good foreshadowing for the upcoming kitchen makeover, because you can expect a lot of color coming your way, and I'm so excited to share that. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on when those videos are coming out, because those are going to be the next ones up on the channel. And don't forget to also head to the description box and you can check out Cricut. Thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to see how we got to this point in the entryway, I'll put the original video right here. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.